Okay. Hello and welcome to our October Motivation Meetup. We are going to be covering off how to find your way around our membership community a little more easily. This is a motivation meetup for not only new members but disoriented members, and it's a way for some of our more experienced members and leaders of our community to offer their pro tips. And Tim's going to be coming in and offering some great tech tips today as well. We're going to be unveiling a new area of playlists in our community that Tim's been working away at quite a lot this week as well. So go ahead, and we're just starting by typing in the questions box where you're calling from, where you're connecting in from this week, today. And I'm really grateful to see all of you here with us today. It is great to have you with us. Today, I'd love for you to also post in that questions box, what's the most challenging thing for you about our membership community, so that I can make sure I cover that off for you. And what question do you want answered today? So go ahead and type that in the questions box. And if you're a more experienced member or a leader of our community, if you can go ahead and type in if there's something that you want to make sure that you share today, then we're going to have time for that today as well. So you might want to type in there what it is that you would like to share today, and I'll make sure that I set aside time for that today. We've got an hour together today. I'm going to try to demystify as much as possible. I kind of view this like an open house, kind of like a realtor would show you a way around a house if you're going to do a house viewing. And this seems to be a really great way to help show you around and help you see things, help you find your way around a lot better. So I will stay until I've answered all your questions, and so that you're not disoriented anymore, and so that you could find your way around. Tim is going to go over photo sizing in his tech in his tech section, so in his pro tech tips. That is definitely something that we were planning on doing today, so thanks for asking that, Ivy. And I will be watching for your questions as they come up, and please ask them as we go through, and I want to really make sure I answer all your questions. If you have a social media window open, take a selfie of yourself, obviously, or some sort of photo of you being involved in this membership motivation meetup, and you can post it either on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and if you don't know how to do that yet, you will know how to do it by the end of our meetup today. And you can do it with a hashtag Namaste Yoga and the hashtag membership motivation. You can post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Pinterest. My Instagram is at Dr. Melissa West. My Twitter is at Dr. Melissa. My Facebook is /Your Namaste Yoga. Okay, I'm just looking for more of your questions. If I don't see any questions, I'm going to assume that I'm going to cover it as I'm going along. Let me know what you want me to cover today. Otherwise, I'm going to go over questions that I hear most often. Okay, make sure who's on. Okay, Michelle's going to cover who's online and to see what other members are looking at. Okay, thanks, Michelle. I'm going to let you do that because that actually wasn't something that I was going to cover. So thanks, Michelle. I will unmute you and let you talk us through that. And that's a great pro tip. So we will do that. Make sure you have a pen and paper close by. That's why I asked you to bring your journals with you. I am recording it. So that you can take notes, so you can take notes about what's most important to you. We are going to go over things that I think you're going to want to make note of. I want to start by letting you know about our next meetup so that you can sign up for it. So if you go here, if you go to our membership site in the meetup section, if you click on monthly motivation meetup, and then you click on the November motivation meetup, there you will see Tim has posted the next meetup there are two options. Probably this one is going to work best for you, the Friday 4:30 Pacific time. You can use this time zone converter to see when it is for you. Put in this, see what time it is for you. We also put some of the times that we think that might be most relevant to that time for you, and then you just click here to sign up. So we would love to have you for our next one. We do different topics every month, and I really have my ear to the ground, so to speak, for what our members need the most. And so I'm listening to what your greatest challenges are and what your greatest needs are, and then I try to cover that off in our motivation meetup each month. So this month I was finding that we had a lot of new members, and we were having some people were wanting to engage more in our community and having challenges doing so, and so that's why I chose this topic. I want to welcome in our new members this month. We have Yelena, Jenny, Janelle, Lucille, Valerie, Susan, Camden, Patricia, Stephen, Nancy, Irina, Mary, and Cinda. So a special welcome to Janelle, who is with us today in our meetup. She's a new member this month. And I can only speculate as to the reason why we've had so many new members this month would be that was the personal sharing in episode 300. A lot of people emailed me after that and said that they were really moved by it, and that moved them to become members. So that's my guess, and it seemed to move a lot of people to take that step to become a member. So we're grateful for them. So here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to kind of go in 4 sections today, which departs from our usual 3, but I'm going to start by showing you our way around our membership community so you can get the most out of it. Then Tim's going to show you his pro tech tips, mostly around posting and resizing photos, since that seems to be the thing that most people have the most challenge with. And then we'll show you how to get more help with technical things in our membership community. We're going to unveil a new area in our community that came out of a question that a member had. And then we're going to have some pro tips from our most active members and answer any questions we haven't answered. So keep asking your questions in the questions box, and we can always, if you raise your hand, we can always unmute you and you can ask a question so that we can hear you asking it. So let's get started with me showing you around. The biggest question that I get asked is, how do I find the videos? That seems to be the biggest problem, is people can't find the videos. They are in basically 4 different sections. We recently tried to make this a little bit easier for you. We have the short videos, the long videos, there's the postures and pranayam section, and the community playlist section. So let me show you where those are. You have to scroll down a little bit to find that. So the one section that people are most interested in is the short videos section. So they're right here. You click here on the short videos. And then they're all here in their sections. There's usually multiple videos in these series. So you could check in with, so for example, the morning sequences, because I recommended that this week in Namaste Yoga. Whenever I recommend something in Namaste Yoga, the direct link to the class is included in the show notes as well. So you know that as well. You can go to the show notes. So you click here, and then you would come to the videos, click in, Wake Up Your Energy. There's a private YouTube video for the members, and then there's the Amazon S3 video. And then when you go back, there's a place for you to comment on the videos as well. So let's just go into that for a moment as well, because this is one of the most amazing parts of our community, is being able to talk to your teacher. So and other members of our community. This is one thing that I find that I really don't get to the degree that you guys get here, being part of this community, going to a yoga class. I find when I go to a yoga class, what happens is that I go to the yoga class, I take the class, and I come home. There's not a lot of engagement with my teacher about the class, and there's definitely no engagement with my other fellow students about the class. So this, really take advantage of this. This is something that is amazing that you get here. So all you have to do is press reply to thread, and then you can click in here whatever you want, and then you can post your response there, post your reply. The other thing you can do is, if you wanted to, say you wanted to respond to Maria's thread here, this response, you can reply with a quote, and then you can reply to Maria's response, dear Maria, and then you can reply to whatever Maria is saying there. Thank you so much. And then you can post reply to that. So that allows you to start to have conversations with people in the community and myself. So that is a really great feature of our community. It's what sets us apart from other online communities, online yoga communities as well. I really believe that and know that to be true. Okay, so there's the short videos. And then there's also the long videos. So we differentiated these so that people could find them more easily. So here, these ones are longer. So you click in on one. And here's the video. So you click in on the video. Again, the YouTube version, and then the Amazon S3 version. Do you want to say why we have two different versions? You'll do that when you talk about the tech? Okay. And then the comments thread here. So if you do the video, and then after, you can come in and comment. You could ask questions you have about it. And again, this is a great way to have interaction with your teacher. There are other sections where there are videos as well, and I want to highlight those. Below the long videos and short videos are the community playlists. This is an invaluable part of your membership community. So these are similar to the YouTube playlists. Some of them I've put together. Some I've been dropped back. Okay, some of them I've put together. Some of them our members have put together, and they're all amazing. What they're doing is that I might have put together a series like the morning sequences. And I've decided that when I put that together, they're great classes for you to do in the morning. But maybe in that morning sequences, there's some classes that have tapping in them, for example. So here, Fiona put together a series of classes that have tapping in them for you. And this is a great way for you to find out videos, if you're interested in doing tapping, that have tapping in them. So it's just a different way to organize classes by themes. And so, for example, the long videos aren't a series of classes, so then they would be included in this. Here, for example, here's a list of our restorative classes. And one thing that you might need to know here as a member as well, that this brings up an important point, is, and also when I don't have time to film a class, I sometimes come up with a sequence and post them as well. A lot of times people post comments and then you can't find the list. So this is something that you need to know as members. So then there are multiple pages. So you might have to click on the last page to see things when there's a lot of comments. So that's a really important tip. Click on the last page, scroll to the bottom, and then there's the restorative classes on our membership community. Now there could also be people who have posted other classes in here as well, and I've also posted another playlist, another class idea. See, somebody's posted some Namaste yoga classes in there that are restorative as well. So the comments are really useful as well in here. The community playlist section is a great resource. When people tell me they can't find classes, this is a great way to find things. For example, somebody asked me about how to keep a yoga journal the other day, and so there's this thread here, how to keep a yoga journal. And I link to all these sections in our membership community that are on keeping a yoga journal. The last place that I want to show you in our membership community that have yoga classes is a newer section, although it's almost a year old now, I think, in our community, and that is the postures and pranayam section. This uses the new props that we've started using, the soft foam roller, the slow-mo ball, the soft squash ball, and it has the brain yoga classes in it. And this is where all those videos are. So if you click in here, there is the hamstring rescue class. There's the the neck, back, and nervous system. So you'll see here are all the classes, and then there's a comments section for the classes too. And we need to go through and clean these up a little bit because some people have posted some comments. So from time to time, we need to go through and clean those up. Are there any questions about this? Is this clarifying things a little bit for you about how to find classes? Do I have any questions about finding yoga classes at this point? Okay, from here, I am going to show you where you can go if you do have questions, if you're not sure how to find something. So we have a help section right at the top of our membership community. We have a section where you can ask Melissa. So you can ask me any question about yoga here. This is a section where this is where you would just ask me any question, any question about yoga, and I will respond to you within 24 to 48 hours. And this is a section that a lot of people take advantage of. So all you would do is post a new thread here. What question do you want to ask, Tim? Oh, Tim's having knee problems. So Tim will say knee problems. Your knee is bugging you a lot. My knee is hurting a lot. What can I do? And we'll say, Tim. And then he'll, let's say he post that thread. And then what I would do is respond to him, and I'd tell him, go see your doctor. And in addition to that, I would show him lots of classes that we have for knees, and some, the recommended classes I think that he should do for knees after going to see his doctor. So that's what I would recommend. That's a great thread. Also in the help section, I want to show you a couple of other things, is the tech support thread. You can ask Tim any question that you have here. So, for example, if you're having trouble posting a photo, you can post that question here. But I would recommend, before you ask Tim a question, is to look at the tech support videos, because Tim has done a ton of videos already, like how to resize videos, how to reduce or shrink videos for the community, how to upload photos. So there's how to post, how to leave a comment or reply to a post. If you're not sure how to do something in our community, there's probably been posted a tech support video here. So you can have a look there in our help section, which is a really useful thing to get help on. Okay, so that help section. Any questions about the help section before I go on? And then speaking of getting help, I highly recommend in our Meetup section, connecting with somebody else in our membership community. So when you're new, we have the one-on-one yoga buddies to give or receive help in our community. If you're new and you're having trouble kind of getting oriented and finding your way around, I would reply to this thread. I would say, I'm new, I need help. And I would press post reply, and then one of our more experienced members will come in and offer to be your yoga buddy and help you find your way around. I'm not going to post that because people won't know what's going on if I post that. But if you're new and you want help finding your way around, I would definitely post that, and you will get one of our amazing, more experienced members who's been around for 4 years gladly help you, show you around, and hook up with you as a buddy. We have lots of different buddies. They meet up. You can figure out whatever arrangement works best for you. You can email each other on the forum. You can, some people FaceTime, some people text, whatever level of interaction is most comfortable for you and works best for you. So that's a great section. The other thing that I would really recommend is to take, in terms of taking advantage of the wisdom of our members, in terms of finding your way around the community, is our Just Like Me section. This is an area where I've interviewed quite a few of our members. And if you have, an hour in the morning when you're having your breakfast or lunch, maybe on your lunch break, or in the evening, to sit and watch these interviews. They are a wealth of information. You'll find out, let's say if you watched Janny's, you'll find out, and in this case, again, it's that tip of clicking on the last page past the comments. The comments are great too, but to find the interview, you will, so you want to, I've lost my train of thought here, sorry. This is a great resource to learn about our members, how they became members, how they found out about Namaste Yoga, but also their favorite parts of the membership community and where they find the most value in the membership community. And so what I love about it is it's like their personal tour through the membership community. And it gives you a tour through different members' eyes, which is different than how I would show you around. And our members have found this to be an invaluable tool. So in addition to, for those of you who are listening to this recording, I highly recommend these interviews. But in addition to those of you who are with us today, these interviews are a great way to find your way into parts of the membership community that you would never have found before, and to get to know other members of our community. They are just a treasure trove, so I highly recommend them. The other thing I would recommend is something that comes to your inbox every Monday, and maybe Tuesday if you're in Australia. And that is my membership minute. And if you don't get it in your inbox because you've unsubscribed or something like that, it's under blogs and weekly videos here. In this section, every Monday, I tell you what's the most important thing to look for in our community. So again, people respond to it. So you either need to scroll to the bottom or click on the last page. So if you watch this video, I show you exactly where to find it in our community. So there's a map through it. Let me see, it's me talking. Let's see, we can get to a spot where I'm actually taking you through part. Yeah, so I actually show you where it is in the community, and then I show you how to find the thing that I'm talking about. And then in addition to that, in the show notes for this, there are direct links to what I'm talking to you about. So this is an invaluable resource as a member so that you're not missing out on the most important things each week. And it's what's most important each week. So make sure you're watching that each week or checking in on it, because this is where the value is each week. They're usually only a few minutes long. Occasionally they're longer, but then that's usually something very meaningful that's happening in our community with my own personal practice. So then it would be something like in episode 300 where I'm doing a very personal sharing, in which case that tends to be very meaningful to people as well. So, but for the most case, they're around 3 minutes. So and again, they're in response to what's happening in our community, and so I'm responding to that. It's our conversation as a community. So generally they're quick, me pointing you to something, or if something's going on in our community and I'm addressing it, and as our leader, then sometimes they're a little longer. Does that make sense? Yeah, Tim's giving me a thumbs up. Okay, next, I want to show you the daily section, the daily practice section, because here's probably the section that you're going to want to check in on daily. This is our most active part of our community. This is where people go every day. So this is our most popular thread, the happiest moment of the day thread. This is where people, we need to clean this up too, Tim. See all those posts that need to be put in? Okay, so this is where people post their happiest moment of the day, and this will uplift you. Woo! Donna posted her picture of her new Zafu and Zabuton. People are committing after our 2-week Navratri challenge of connecting with the Divine Feminine. A lot of people have committed to starting a meditation practice, and they've been ordering what they need to support them in that. I highly recommend these Zabutons because they made all the difference to me, to my feet and ankles. First of all, my feet not falling asleep, but also if you have a hardwood floor, that's really hard on your, especially if you have a Vata constitution like me and you're quite bony, it's really hard on your bony ankles and feet. It's hard to sit like that on your floor. So this is really amazing. And also, when you sit in meditation, you should sit in a way that's really regal, like royalty. And that Zabuton makes all the difference to it. And I love mine and the cushion. It makes a big difference to not having issues in your knees and feet falling asleep, I find. So I got mine about a year ago, and I've been meditating every day for, at the end of November, sort of towards the end of November, it'll be every day for a year. I think I missed one day. Okay, so this is a great thread. Sorry, that got me off on a tangent. Great thread. People, that's our most popular thread. Back to the daily practice section. The other thing that people check in on a lot is you can post about your practice in the today's practice section. And here people will post about what they've done for the day. And it's a great spot just to post what your yoga practice was like for the day and to get some feedback on that. And then also in the today's practice section, a lot of people when they come into the membership, in the daily practice section, a lot of people when they come into the membership site tell me they want to get a daily practice set going. The best thing for that I can recommend is our weekly challenge, because in the weekly challenge, every single week, we recommend, we have a theme. This is where you're going to need to know that last class, that last page trick. Every week, we have a theme and we post classes for you to do every single day of the week. We post shorter classes for the weekdays and longer classes for the weekends, so that when you have to get to work or your kids off to school during the week, you have shorter classes for the busy weekdays, and then when you have more time on the weekends, you have longer classes. This seems to work well with people's week, with the flow of their work weeks. And so here was last week's. We were connecting with the Divine Feminine. We had short classes for the weekdays, and they're all right here. You don't have to go anywhere else in the membership site. There are journal classes for you to reflect on after each yoga class, should you want to connect in a deeper way with your yoga, go a little bit deeper, getting into a little bit more personal growth with your yoga. And then it's just a really great way to connect with other members. As you can see, there's a lot of discussion that happens each week as we go through the themes. And I know Hannah's got a great challenge for you planned next week. Ulrika's also involved in these weekly challenges, and the three of us just met this week, and we've got some really great ones planned for you in the coming year as well. Okay. Also in this section, there's two more things that I want to speak to you about. I will show you one more, and then I'll let Ivy show you hers, talk to you about her section. There is also a lot of people tell me they want to meditate when they come into the membership community. So Michelle runs our meditation section. She offers a focus for a meditation every 2 weeks, because meditation can kind of be a little bit of a lonely journey. So this is a way for us to focus our meditation and to come together as a meditation community as well. And this is another really beautiful part of our community where people speak about their meditation and just to have support in that. So as far as the daily sections, that's the other thing. That's the only other thing I wanted to show you about was Ivy's section, but Ivy's here, so I will have her speak to you about that herself. Ivy, can you unmute yourself so you can talk to us about your section, and I'll show them on the screen?
I think I'm unmuted. Am I?
You are. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. Okay, so the devotional site is actually two-part. We have a place, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a place for you to leave special requests and prayers. Late, I've noticed some people leaving them in the bi-weeklies, or should I say bi-monthly sections. So I just wanted to make you aware of the fact that section down below is the place to leave the prayer so that everybody gets to see them, even people who are not maybe particularly watching the video that I've made for that week. So that's one thing. The second part of this is that every 2 weeks on a Wednesday, usually it's the first and third Wednesdays of the month, we do a devotional. It will be on a particular topic. I try to look at what the community seems to be asking about, working with, having trouble with, and frequently it seems to be that it coincides with some work that I might be doing personally too, so I share there. And it's a time about 20 minutes long. We do opening prayer, we do some meditation, some breath practice on occasion. There's a little bit of a teaching, some storytelling, and then some more prayer and story reading, and a special prayer for the community at the end. So there are a lot of our community members who are either working wild hours or are not well enough to get out. This is a kind of a spiritual practice that you can do if you cannot get out to a spiritual community in your neighborhood. It's something that you can connect up with, and there are some good comments and a lot of really good discussion about people's spiritual growth and their particular challenges in their own journey. So that's been pretty much what we've been doing with that.
Thank you, Ivy. It's a really, it's definitely a favorite area in our community, so we really appreciate your leadership there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I think that was it for the tour. Those are the most important sections that I want you to see, that I don't want you to miss out on in our community. And I'm going to hand it over to Tim now so he can give you his pro tech tips, and mostly we're going to do that. Do you want me to do that now?
Sure.
Okay, I was going to do that later.
Okay.
We're going to hand it over to Tim now so we can show you how to post photos and resize your photos. And he's going to have to move that. He's a little taller than me.
Alrighty, so assuming everybody can hear me, and how to ask questions and how to get help technically. So from the front, I think what I will do is I'm going to answer this the simplest way, which is to come down to where it says tech support. Now you can, as Melissa mentioned earlier, you could, of course, go to the tech support videos area and scroll through, and there are loads of videos here that I make And one of the most recent videos that I made was how to resize photos so that you can actually put the photos up on the website. And I've made 2 or 3 different versions of this video, or 2 or 3 different versions, because some people are doing it through their iPhones. And based on that, I found that there are some neat tricks that you can do within the iPhone. I personally happen to use a desktop computer. Some people are using iPads, but it should answer the question how to actually do it right here. How to upload photos and make your own photo gallery was another video that I made. And but how to reduce or shrink the photos to the community. It's important to know that when you're uploading a photo from your camera, the cameras usually these days, I mean, some of them are just amazing. I bought one recently and it's taking photos that are about 6 or 7 megs in size. It's a 24 megapixel camera. So those are some really big file sizes. And you know, the internet web developers actually created the images that go up onto the web, onto your screens, are usually around just under 72 dots per inch. So what that means is that we don't need to have the images that are from the computers or from the cameras go straight up to the computer directly. Otherwise, it's just going to take so long to upload. I mean, if it's 6 megabytes per photo and you have 2 or 3 photos in your post, it's just going to take for ages, especially if the person is viewing it on their phone. So with that in mind, I do have a solution for that in place, because when you upload it through to the membership site, you have to have the photo reduced already. So if you don't have Photoshop installed, and most people aren't going to have Photoshop installed, you can use a company that has a free website called Pixlr, Pixlr, and I have that linked in here. And how to actually do that, reduce it, it's pretty straightforward, but I'm going to just go through a real quick, simple photo so you have an idea of exactly how to do it. Once it opens up, you're going to use the desktop photo Pixlr editor. We're going to launch the web app. So you don't even have to download any software, it's just going to come up. We're going to open an image from the computer. And let's say, for example, I'll just quickly scroll over and grab one of the photos. And we'll take a photo of, I don't know, a baby seal. How about yesterday's flying around looking at seals?
Just pick one.
Pick one, right? Does it matter which one? Sorry. So we have a cute little seal looking at me as I creep around on him. And what you'll notice in the bottom left corner here is the file size is 4,000 pixels by 2,667 pixels. That's the width and the height in pixels. And what we want to do is we're going to click on image size up here in the top left, and we're going to make that so that it's no bigger than 800. And you're going to make sure that little box below is constrained proportions, and that will naturally, in this particular case, it makes it by 533. I'm going to hit OK, and now the file has been reduced in size, and I'm going to go across to File, and I'm just going to save it. And when I save it, I can save this to my computer. I'll put this in my, my computer. And now when I've done that, I can actually download that image and upload it to the membership site. And when I do that, I'll be able to upload it in the correct size. I'm just going to quickly, we'll stick this in my junk folder. And now we'll just quickly go and we'll go back into the tech support videos, and I'll just post it a new thread. And we're just going to call this test so I can delete it after. And we'll go with seal photo. I can't type or spell, that's fine. And click on the image. We're going to upload it from the computer. We're going to select the file. We're going to go to my junk folder. And we're going to upload that image. And lo and behold, what happens is it will show up as attach, and then the image number, and then attach. Now you're probably thinking, well, I can't see it. That's fine. As soon as I hit submit the new thread, the image will magically show up. And there it is. And one cute baby seal. So the only other thing I wanted to cover off with the tech stuff is,
because you did that really fast, like everybody already knew how to do. Like you've done it a million times.
what do you want me to do?
Show them how to post the photo again more slowly.
Oh, sure. Okay. We're going to do it again.
More slowly.
So to post the photo, you click on Insert Image, which is right here. You click on Insert Image, and then you're going to upload it from your computer. You click on From Computer. Make sure it's highlighted in that tab. You click on Select Files. You scroll and you find wherever you've been keeping those photos that you want to pick, that you want to upload. You click Upload, you click Open, and then scroll over to where it says Upload Files. Click Upload Files. And you're going to meet up with just this attach in square parentheses 1352 in this particular instance. And I'm going to hit Save. Oh, I have to have, and the image will show up. You do have to have text as well. Was that okay?
That was better.
Oh, super. I apologize. I am a tech, so for me it seems really obvious, but it's not really obvious. And I really do want to encourage you to ask me questions. That's why I'm here in the forum. So to ask me questions, that's really straightforward as well. I want you to just click on Tech Support and scroll over. As soon as you get into Tech Support, click on Post a New Thread and ask me anything. Ask me any tech question you have. If it's a yoga question, don't ask me. And once you've done that, type in your question, click submit the new thread. Then I'm going to get notified that you have a question. And then what you'll find in the tech support area is that if I don't get to you like right away, quite often one of the other members will beat me to the punch, and that's fine too. In fact, I love that because existing members that already have an idea how to solve the problem might be able to beat me there, and that's wonderful. I love that. I think that pretty much answers it. I did want to mention one other thing. If you happen to be using an iPhone or an Android device and you want to surf the internet or surf the membership site through your iPhone or your Android device, if you click on Forum, what you will find is at the very top here, it says iPhone app and Android app. If you click on that, what you'll find is there is a sticky, which is just basically just making sure it comes to the top of the page. And in that sticky, there is a video that I've made about the iPhone app. I have found this app to be terrific. I have found that the only thing I don't like about it is that when I am scrolling through, for example, if I want to see the short video section, I click on my short video section. I'm not sure if that's going to show up or not. I'm not seeing my...
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. When I scroll on that and I click on short videos, and then let's say, for example, we go to chair yoga, and it's now going to look like this when you get to chair yoga. And then I'm going to click on the arrow to the right. It only shows the comments, and I'm like, well, where's the video? If you click where it says at the top, there's a little tab that says stickies, and that's just, if you click on stickies, then it will say video chair yoga. It's just an extra step, and I'm not sure why it does that other than we have stuck that particular thread so it comes above the comments. Drives me a little bit nuts, but then you get to the page that has the video on it. Now on an iPhone, you scroll down to the bottom and where it says video link, you click on that link and it will automatically open up the video. Melissa actually asked a good question earlier. Why do we have two different video types in the membership area? So for example, if I go to, we'll go back onto the main screen here so everybody can see more clearly. Let's say, for example, I use one of the short videos. We'll use the exact same one. We'll use chair yoga again. And there's the video. Scroll through. We have two different versions. We have the YouTube version, and the reason why we like to use the YouTube version is that YouTube will display the video to the highest quality that your internet speed will allow. So for example, if you're on the 1080p monitor or on a big screen TV, it will actually serve up that humongous file to you if you have the fast internet. If your internet's not too great or you're on an iPhone, you don't need it to be that big, it will actually, I call it automagically, display the video in the size that's going to work best for your phone and your internet onto that phone. The second version, this great big one with the red play button in the middle, is a service called Amazon, and a lot of people in North America have heard of it and around the world. And Amazon has some of the fastest servers on the planet. what I've done here is uploaded one of the high definition videos to that particular platform so that if you wanted to, you can easily download it to your computer. So if you're going to be going away and you wanted to download videos for your trip, you can actually use some of these videos, hit play and click on the download button below it. And you'll see there's a little download button directly below right here. And you can download those videos directly onto your computer or iPad or phone or what have you.
Or if you have a favorite video that you're doing again and again and again.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you have a favorite video, Melissa says, and you want to, not use your bandwidth all the time to download it onto your computer, would save on the bandwidth. So, these files are quite large. It's a lot of these 1 hour videos are about a gigabyte in size. And if you wanted to save on your bandwidth, then you could, of course, download it to your laptop and then watch it whenever you wanted to watch it. So I think that's all I wanted to cover off. There will be actually a third version, a third player at some point coming up, but we're going to be using another one as well, just to sort of help, basically to help everybody have the fastest or the best quality videos available. So we're using Amazon, we're using YouTube as well, and we're going to be introducing Vimeo as well to that equation to sort of help. I hope that answers. Where do I get the Amazon app? Is it free? Amazon app. Oh, you mean the app for the phone, for your phone? That's a really good question. Inside the membership area, let me just scroll through, and I'll go right to the very top of the forum and click where it says iPhone app and Android app for the membership area. If it happens to be that you're on an iPhone or an Android device, you just click on it, and inside the name of the app is actually called Forum Runner. I think the developer charges about $2 or $2.99 for it, but that's it. Like, it's a one-time charge. And to find out where to download it, you just click on the link here. You can get it from the App Store or from the Google Marketplace, depending on whether you're on an iPhone or on an Android device. I hope that answers your question, Diane, on where do I get the Amazon app. It's not an Amazon app. It's an app that's used for the membership area. Once you get that, but watch the video. I did a video on how to install it for the iPhone, and it's very similar on an Android device, I am told. You're welcome, Diane. I think that was it. I don't want to take up a lot of time. Was that everything?
Ask if there's any other tech questions.
Oh, yes, why not? Do you have any other tech questions? By all means, fire them off, and I'll be happy to help now, live. But if not, that's fine. As I said, please do, if you can't, or if you're not sure about posting a blog or posting a question, you can always email me. That's a simple one as well. Just if you hit admin@melissawest.com, or inside the membership area, you have email as well. You can click on your inbox and send a message to Tim _admin, and I'll get the message that way as well. So I do hope that helps. I'm going to click back into the membership, and I'm going to hand this back over to the lovely Melissa. After you, Melissa.
Thank you. That was awesome.
You're welcome. I'm blinding them. You need to stand in front. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to check my video, fix the hair. Okay, so I just had one other thing to share with you, and then I'm going to bring Michelle on because she has some great pro tips I can see that she's got to share with you. And I'll bring any other of our members in that have some great pro tips for you today. So one of the things we wanted to share with you today was a new section that Tim's added to our membership community based on feedback that we've had from you, our members. And this is why it's great that you ask questions. That was the other section that I wanted to show you in the help section, the content request section. You can request content too. That's a great thing about being a member. When if you have an idea of something that you want, you can request it here. When I hear enough of something, it's sort of gathering critical mass. That's when I go to our membership. I tend to do surveys, see what our members want, and that's when I create new content. So that's a great section to ask for things. So one of the things that came up recently was a need. We find that when people become members, all the discussion comes in here. So even this was not something that we thought was going to happen when people became members, but our members talk in depth about Namaste yoga classes in the membership site. So we love that you go deeper on Namaste Yoga in the membership community. And so one of the things that we've done for you recently is put the playlist for Namaste Yoga in the membership community, so you don't have to leave your membership community to find them. So Tim started with the most recent, they're kind of all over the place here, but anyway, with the Yoga for Gratitude series, Transforming Your Inner Critic, Nourishing Your Energy Reserves, which was last winter. This would be a great one to get into again right now. People are, I think with all the transformation of fall, people are really yearning to be having that energy drop down and in again. So let me show you that one, since that's what I'm talking about right now. What Tim has done is he's put the videos all together just like you like it. I asked him to do it like this in the weekly challenge, since people responded to that so well. So here's the show notes for each one, the order. You've got each video. You don't have to go anywhere else. Here it is, the whole series in order. Are they all? They're all like screaming and cheering wildly. I can hear that now, Tim. Can you hear them screaming and cheering wildly?
And I should be finished up later on in the week.
Yeah. Tim's like, I can't believe how many series you have. This is taking me forever. He's been slaving at this. You wouldn't believe it. This is a big job. It's a huge job. You know, when Hannah and Ulrika, and sometimes when I come in and guest host a weekly challenge, it takes a long time to do these kind of things. So anyway, so there's that. When you do that, and then you can also comment. You can leave your comments as well here. So it does allow you to go back to a series. Michelle's saying very cool. Thanks, Michelle. It does allow you to come back to a series, because we noticed, actually one thing I noticed was as soon as we released the series, what's the name of the series? We're doing the Focused Living series right now. A lot of people went back to the Transforming Your Inner Critic series, because there's a lot of parallels between them. And our members go deep. They go deep on things, and you are going to go back to these series. These classes are deep. They're not meant to be done just once. And so as members, this is going to allow you to come back to the series in a closed environment where you can discuss things with other members, where you can discuss things with me, where you can make these connections, I think, in a lot more easy way. So I hope that helps you. I'd love to hear what you think about that. Let us know. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about having those connections for you, and for you to be able to go back to those older series and make those connections yourself and weave them all together. Okay, yeah, I see that, Tim. Tim's going. So now I'd like to hear some pro tips from our members, especially I know Michelle had a tip for you, so I'm going to unmute Michelle. Michelle, thank you for being with us today.
Hi.
Hi. I'm going to click on the forum because I know you had some tips for our members.
Yeah, so a really easy way to see some new content that you might have missed is to go up to the quick links and click on who's online.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see what other people are looking at.
Ooh,
and I found
voyeurism.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see what people are looking at, what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I often do that.
Yeah.
You know, because other people are searching around for stuff, and they might be onto something that you had no idea was there, and yeah, it's a really, really good way just to find new content.
See, I told you this is so good for me too because I always learn something from you too. That I learned something today. So now I can find out what you my students are doing now. I've never done this before.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you've got a new skill.
Yes. Well, and this makes me happy because this was something I recommended today to do before the new Namaste yoga class. I said I would like our members to do this because it would make connecting with your belly so much more easy. And I can see one of our members is doing that.
Yeah.
And this video, Yoga for Anxiety, is like our most watched video in the membership community. So that's interesting. Very cool. And you had something else you wanted to show.
I did.
Oh, I thought you wanted to show something else. He was online. Oh, that was all. That was all. Was there anything else you wanted to show? No?
If you check the activity stream, that's also a good source just to see what people have commented on recently. And
Where would I find that? Is that under new post, you mean? Sorry?
so just see where it says where you're going to hit new posts. Above that it says what's new.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
that's where I always go first off.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you can see what people have been responding to and what's been happening.
Yeah, yeah.
See, another spot I never go to. Different people have different ways of finding their way around. Very good. Very good.
That's terrific.
Did you just learn something too, Tim?
I learned 2 things today.
Yeah, see?
We should do pro tips with Michelle.
Yeah, we should do pro tips with Michelle. This is why we do the Just Like Me interviews because, I always learn something from our more active members. Thank you, Michelle.
No worries.
Appreciate that. Okay. Anybody else here who would like to offer any pro tips, things that they do, little tips and tricks that they have for finding their way around, finding videos, their favorite spots in the membership community? Any other questions that you would like me to answer before we finish up?
She explained, I'm not trying to be rude at the time, I'm just trying to respect it.
Tim wants you to know that he's not trying to be rude about time, he's just trying to respect your time, which is very kind of him. No other questions. We've answered all your questions. There's no more confusion whatsoever about our membership community. No other pro tips. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us today. I hope that this was valuable for you. I'm going to unmute you.
One pro tip would be the past webinars.
You want to show the past webinars? Me to show the past? It's changed so much since we've changed a lot since then. Okay. I muted you all so we can say goodbye. But thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you are able to get so much more use out of your membership community. I hope that instead of using the tip of the iceberg, that you're able to use the whole iceberg now. So thanks so much for joining us today, and we will see you in the membership community, and we look forward to your posts and your photos now. Namaste.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.